What's up, everyone? Stumbles here, and we are back with big ambitions and our flower shop pedal to the metal. Did y'all know that in Manhattan they typically dye roses blue, so they're not even a that's not even a color of flower that exists in nature, but they do it to keep up with the elegance or the aesthetic of New York, the exclusivity of Manhattan. Well, bite me, that flower doesn't even exist, so we're not doing that at Pedal to the Metal. On another note, our goals for the episode today is to hire an employee. We're going to finish or at least start business school. The goal is to get through all of business school, so that is a thing in this game if you have not played it before, and then open a new location. The reason I'm so optimistic about opening a new location is because in my preparation for opening or starting this recording, myself here, let's see, if we go into Market Insider, so I realized something, that I continue to be an idiot sometimes. I mean, we didn't name this channel to be Stumbles for no reason, right? So if we look at our inventory and pricing, I'm selling cheap flowers for $2.50. Expensive flowers, $4.50. Absolutely stupid low prices. Because I was like, when the default price came, it was like $40 and people weren't willing to pay that. So then I lowered the price down and I was like, okay, this makes sense. And then, well, if you look at this, as I click this button here, lowest market price, it continues to climb as I click the plus button. Yeah, there's that piece of this whole puzzle. So then as I was looking at Market Insider, I was like, I got to figure out what to do because this is going to go nowhere. If we look at market demands and we sort and we look at flowers cheap, the lowest market price is $19.55. I have no words. I don't even know how to answer for the stupidity of that. But what we're going to immediately do is fix our pricing because that's crazy. So we're going to start at $20 and see what that does. So interesting because it says lowest market price is $9.93. Was that for, what is that for? So Hell's Kitchen, lowest market price demand. Oh, flowers cheap. It says $19.55. I'm confused ever so much. In here, I thought I had it figured out. Expensive flowers, $34.37. And if we go back to Bizman into Pedal to the Metal, okay, so now that's like a permanent yellow right now. And the lowest market price, holy cow, is not what that is telling us. That's kind of dumb. So we're going to say $10. That's technically still over, so $9.90. I mean, it's still significantly more than what we have been charging. So what if I say $20 here? Okay, so $16 is the minimum price. So that's what we're gonna do, y'all. We're going to actually. Why is it like? Hold on. Okay, well, we're gonna undercut the market. We're gonna say $15.90. I don't know why it's showing that it's yellow because we're in the range. And if we go to market, see, this is where it's confusing because when you're in Market Insider and you look at this demand sorting here, like, I don't know, 1955 it says. And are we the only business in Hell's Kitchen with it? I want to say yes. Oh man, I don't know. But what I'm thinking we're going to do is because, oh, I was late for work. Yeah, we're going to clear that. We're going to actually quit our job here and open up Bizman. And what we're going to do is switch up our hours here because we need to know if this is going to work the way we need it to. And we're going to say at Pedal to the Metal, we're going to open from 10 to 6. I don't know that we'll have enough inventory to get us that far, but I'm curious to see what that does for our revenue. once we get that going. So we need, hopefully theft does not become a problem. We have a little bit of time, so what we're going to do is we're going to go eat, and then we're going to get Pedal to the Metal opened up. And what we do need to do is we need to go talk to the recruiting agency. So if we look at map, we need to look at a recruiting agency so we can actually hire employees. I didn't see anything populate on the map. Where is the recruiting agency? So what we're going to do is we're going to set our destination to the recruiting agency. We're going to run to the recruiting agency and hopefully get there, talk to them. We only need to talk to them to get the recruiting process started. Once the recruiting process is started, then we can actually call them and tell them to start finding us an employee. And then we'll be able to, we're going to rent a scooter. I've never rented a scooter in this game. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh boy. Oh yeah. This is not easy to drive. Why did it just lag on me? Oh no. We got a nice little reverse here. We rented a scooter. I love it. How long do I get to keep the scooter for? All right, let's park and go inside. We need to talk to the person here. Hello. Sweet. Before we can be help hiring you, see, this is where the business management piece comes in. We have to start going to business school, which is part of the reason we need a bank of money so we can actually start going to business school. We're just going to go down this way. This thing's kind of weird to drive. And we are going to go back over to Petal to the Metal. And that's the weird balance of this, right? Is you, in order to be able to, what am I doing? I got distracted. In order to be able to hire anybody, you have to go to business school. But in order to go to business school, you have to go, like, I think during the day. So it's not an easy thing to solve for. Our Petals to the Metal is over here. So we're going to close out that and go into our shop. Sweet. We are all set. I think we have enough stock there. Expensive. It'll automatically refill. All right. We have enough food and we are ready to go. Let's see if this changes our beginnings. Okay. So we did sell out of our expensive flowers. We still have cheap flowers, which we can take this actually and stock that up for now. And what we're going to do is also, oh, I have to click to add inventory. The item is already, well, I don't want it to hold it anymore. All right, let's just place this on the freaking ground because it's being stupid. I gotta figure out when it is we're actually going to be able to go to business school, because that's going to be a bit of a challenge. I don't know when they open. We should actually look at that. So let's turn off the recruiting agency. I don't see the business school anywhere. Marketing agency. Oh, school. I'm so stupid. It's right there. They close in 1 hour. Open in Bizman. Their hours are 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. Okay, so if we go to sleep and we do things properly, we can at least get in a few hours. Or we can just change the hours of our Petal to the Metal. I mean, we could have Petal to the Metal start at noon and we just work later. That could be a thing. So we might have to do that. But in the meantime, we're going to discard that and we're going to go get some food. And then we're going to go to sleep and go check out business school in the morning. Because in order for us to be able to hire someone, we have to do the business school part first. So my goals are technically out of order. Excuse me, come through. And I'm also curious to see how we did in terms of money once we get through the end of this day. All right, the night passed. We had a profit of $21.65. Not great, but also not as terrible as I thought it was going to be. Let's go to Bizman. We're going to adjust the hours of our store here. So schedule. We're going to go 2 hours that way, 2 hours this way. I think we can actually run up until 9 and we could still get some customers. This gives us hours in the morning to just focus on the business school piece of things. We should probably close at like on a day somewhere so that we can actually, you know, restock the shelves and everything like that. But if we're opening at noon, it shouldn't be that big of an issue. Business school, I think, was over here. All right, let's go ahead and check out business school. So we go in here. Fundamentals, basic management, I think is what they said we needed to start learning. So we're going to $30 per hour? What? How stupid are we? Like, that's insane to me. Let's run it for 4 hours and see what happens. $121. I don't know what that does for us in terms of how far along we are. But yeah. That kind of hurt in terms of, I don't know. I felt like that hurt more because it was, we're having to pay $30 per hour to do it. Like that, like, we are not a wealthy person. We are the opposite of wealthy. Look, I'm just saying. Let's eat our food. And we could go order, we don't have enough time to go get some more inventory. I think in the morning what we're gonna have to do is hopefully we make enough profit and we'll be able to go back in the morning. And when we go back in the morning, what we'll do is we'll actually just go order some more inventory, and maybe we just stick with cheap flowers for now. I don't know. It's tough to say because we're definitely going to run out of inventory. So part of me is thinking before we even do that, you know what? We're not going to do the hyperspeed piece of this. We're going to work. We're going to start working. And what we're going to do is we're going to fast forward time. Once that inventory runs out, we will stop. And then we will close the store. And we'll just temporarily close it so we can maybe, if there's enough time left in the day, go and get ourselves some more inventory. But I don't want to run the store if there's no inventory. It's not a good customer experience, right? Now we're halfway through our shift here, and we still have inventory on the shelf. We might make it through the entire shift with inventory, which would be ideal. And one shelf is empty now, so we're getting close to the end of our product life here. I think we'll make it to the end of the shift. We might sell out of everything, but it'll be right near the end of the day. We survived the entire shift. That's awesome. Let's go ahead and clean up. Cleaning up at the end of the night is always better, just because you don't have to deal with it in the morning. All right, store's clean. Let's go ahead and get ourselves some grub. It would be nice if I didn't have to run to El Gato every time, but an $1,800. If you guys remember, a refrigerator costs $1,800, which is absolutely freaking bonkers. And I'm not spending $1,800 on a refrigerator at the moment. Don't even have $1,800 to spend on a refrigerator. We had a negative $66 in profit, which is interesting and also very disappointing. I thought we would have done better, although we spent a bunch of money at the business school, so that was a big thing of it. And we're going to spend more money at the business school because we need to be able to hire an employee. So we're going to do some more business school nonsense today. All right, $61 spent. How do you know? So that's something I actually don't know, is how you know how close you are to finishing business school. All right, we just did our time at business school. I say it like it's a punishment, but it kind of feels like it. We're actually going to go to First Street, run down to First Street. New York Distro is open, so we could run that way. We're going to just run this time. We're not going to get a scooter as much as I would like to. All right, we are getting to New York Distro. You know, one thing that'll be nice is when we can get a vehicle and we can load the vehicle up with inventory. That's one factor that we could take into account, is like, instead of having them deliver it to us, we could buy like a van, and that would be a good way to go as well. So we could do $961 worth of inventory. We've got 2 cheap flowers and 1 expensive. We're going to order that. Hopefully that doesn't just crush our lives. And head back to our Petal to the Metal. And we should be ready to get the day going. We've got 2 hours to get back there pushing a dolly. Alright, we are at our shop. We're going to just leave that there for the moment. We're going to try and get over to El Gato real quick, buy some food. Well, what? Hold on. Actually, we've got 5 cups. Are you guys open? Yeah, I need a cupcake, please. Or actually, a croissant. Oh. Cashier, I need a croissant. That is an expensive freaking croissant. Holy cow. Eat it. That's not enough to really hold us over, I don't think. But it is what it is. We're just going to have to deal with it. We're going to change this to expensive flowers. Boom. And start working. Did it all just in time for us to open up. There we go. Insufficient energy to continue our day. Well, that's incredibly unfortunate. So let's just temporarily close the store then, because, yeah. Is he going to pick it up? Is he willing to pick this up and clean right now? He will. I may have insufficient energy, but I'm still going to clean the store. I just can't work the register. So dumb. Sometimes some of this stuff is just really aggravating. Alright, there we go. Alright, yes, we gotta go to bed because it's, you know, that was rough for our guy. So, there he goes. We need more food in us. Badly. And I am not gonna pay 5 cups another penny. Like, they have 2 right there. One across the street from the other. That place, they capitalized on the fact that Hell's Kitchen had no croissant places, so kudos to them for that. Homeboy is like struggle bussing right now. Look at him. He's just like depressed. Just trying to survive right now. Hopefully we don't end up in the hospital. We just need to get some food in us and then go to bed. There it is. Boom, and just like that, I have new vibrance about me. Not enough to not get hit by a car, though. We have Joe's Hot Dogs right next door. We might have to start eating there. All right, it is a negative profit of $27.53, so that freaking sucks. We cannot get over that hump, it seems. It's kind of disappointing. But we still have $522. I mean, we didn't make really much money, but you know, we're not as broke as I expected us to be. We're gonna try and get through this business school piece though. So in we go. Let's go waste some more money on business school. We're trying to go to the School of Hard Knocks, not business school. How do I know when I'm done? I don't like not knowing when I'm done with business school. All right, with our happiness from the park about to expire, that little boost that we get from that, we're gonna have to either go hang out in the park a little bit here in the coming days or do something with our happiness, because otherwise that's gonna be a bit of a problem for us. It doesn't even feel like we worked because, I mean, the store's messier, but we didn't really sell crap for him, like expensive flowers. Did something change? Let's go to Bizman. Let's go in here, take a look at our inventory and pricing. It's still, wait a minute. There we go. We can bump up the price of our cheap flowers by just a little hair. So we'll do that. And let's go ahead and clean up the store. All right, we're at Joe's Hot Dogs, I think is the name of this place. We're going to try and order a hot dog and see what that does food-wise. It's $15. Way more expensive than buying the food at El Gato. Alright, what do we eat right now? That was not as appetizing as I wanted it to be. So, another ripoff. Negative $42 in profit. Man, we are just really not doing well. I mean, on the positive side, we've actually got our stuff priced properly now. It's this business school piece is eating into our money, which is not great. And then, yeah, I'm just playing Frogger right now. The business school is killing me right now. Like, I am so sick of having to go there and spend $30 an hour on it. Like, when am I done? I need to be done. Period. So we're going to try again, because it's really eating into my ability to buy more inventory. We have $600 left. And we're not there yet with business school. So when I click on this, there's nothing here that indicates... Oh, wait. It says I'm done. We're done. We're done with that piece. Can I call them now? Let's go to BizMan. Let's go to contacts. Let's give them a call before hiring. Basic management course. We did that. They're closed. It's Sunday. They don't open for... I swear. Holy crap. Well, now what we can do is let's readjust our schedule. So let's go into schedule. Let's change this back. We're going to open up at 10 now. We still need to be able to go get inventory. So maybe Sundays. Well, hold on. If we go to this. Okay, so open in BizMan. They're open every day of the week. Okay, that's good. So with New York Distro being open every day of the week, that's solid. So we can actually close on Sundays. We're just going to do that. I can't figure out what I'm clicking here. So schedule-wise, we'll close on Sundays. This will be our day to stock up on inventory and get situated. And today we can also go spend a bunch of time at the park and, like, just take care of ourselves. Have some me time, you know? Have some real me time. 4-star gift shop. Bite me. Let's go to New York Distro. I want to buy some more inventory. If we look at Pedal to the Metal, inventory and pricing, actually, what we should do is look at our revenues. So if we go into our Econo view and click on Pedal to the Metal and look at our revenue here, theft was $21 yesterday, $8, $18, $12. I mean, it's not helping us, but it's also not super detrimental to our lives. We didn't sell any expensive flowers. Why? I want to know that. Why didn't we sell any expensive flowers? But on that note, we do have our best-selling product is by far the cheap flowers. So part of the reason I wanted an employee is because then we don't have to worry about the hours as much. We can be open every day of the week and we can deal with all this stuff. We're going to still go and buy more inventory, I think, because I didn't see it say anywhere how much we had in stock. It just says, oh yeah, it does. Sold last 7 days, but it doesn't tell us how much we have in stock. Oh yeah, stock count. 25 of cheap and 24 of expensive. We definitely need some more cheap flowers. So we're going to run over and get ourselves some more cheap flowers. Where the heck am I? Oh my gosh, I went the wrong freaking way. All right, well, now I need a subway station because that's not going to work out for me. Oh, thankfully there's one right across the street over here. We're only going to be able to buy, I think, like one thing of inventory. So that kind of sucks. And this whole, like, day turning into me time has so far been just us trying to figure out what the hell is going on. So if I grab... Yeah, these are going up in price. Holy cow. It does not seem cheaper. $337. Alright, well, we've got some more cheap flowers on. And then we can head back. Yo, can I take this car? Look at this beauty. Look at that thing. Ooh-wee. That is a nice looking car. We'll get one someday, but it's not looking great. It's looking not promising at all, actually. Oh, excuse me. Priority here. I'm carrying a box. All right. We will be opening first thing in the morning, and we should go spend some time at the park because we need to make sure our happiness doesn't take a dive. So we're going to go spend time at the park. And we could go to the gym, and I think there's a gym over here somewhere, or that was on the other side. We got Feeling 24, it's a clothing store. We got a grocery mart, Just Jeans. What is with these places? Jensen Capital, we could take out that loan. No, we won't do that. We're going to continue to try and survive. All right, it is a beautiful day here in Central Park. We're just, you know, here hanging out with everyone. Where are all the hippies at? They're usually gathered around the center of it. Oh, yeah, here they are. Can I go in the water? No, can never go. I feel like I've said that before. What is this statue of? We are just hanging out with all the other people that are playing on their phone. This dude's just straight up having a drink. Or she? I don't know. This looks like she got some chesticles. Maybe. But they're just hanging out, having a drink, looking a little worse for wear, maybe. These two are just really socializing, you know, on their phones, hanging out in the park. What a world. What a world. Let's take a look and make sure that, you know, we're doing okay here. We've got 3 days left on happiness from the park. Yeah, so there's that. And one thing we could do is you can apparently read a book for happiness. I don't know who finds happiness in reading books. You know, there are some people. We each have our vices. I guess some people's vices, reading a book. I'm getting disoriented again. Here we go. Where do I go? Okay, we're going the right way, it seems. Gadgets, gizmos, we got donut days. Reader's Refuge. Let's go to Reader's Refuge. A youth novel, a technical manual, picture book, limited edition. These book prices are a little bit insane. $35.50. Can I get a picture book? Let's buy a pic. I need a shopping basket. I always need a freaking shopping basket. Let's buy a picture book. It's yeah, we're buying a picture book. Don't judge. No. How do I go about reading this picture book? I don't know how to do that part. Do I just sit somewhere and read my book? Can I sit here and read my picture book? You can't use a sleeping bench. It's a sleeping bench? Has that always been the thing that it is? It's a sleeping bench? Because if so, that's new to me. Like, I just want to read it. What am I supposed to do with it? Well, can I take the picture book out and place it somewhere? I can't. Okay, well, we have a picture book. I'm not entirely sure what to do with it, but whatever. We're gonna eat, and we're gonna go sleep until the next day and see if we can call and hire an employee. Now, hiring an employee is probably not the best of choices, but I think it won't be a bad thing. Maybe we could be open longer. Like, they work the majority of the day, and we work the second half. I think that's a pretty reasonable path forward. All right, it's a bright new day. We are immediately going to call Anderson Recruiting. So let's give them a ring-a-ding-ding. We want, for Petal to the Metal, we need customer service, full-time preferably, number of, wait a, I guess it makes sense, right? You have to pay them to be able to hire someone for you. That, yeah, that's kind of how that works. Well, son of a cocker spaniel. Y'all, we have failed on 3 of our goals for today's episode. Remember, we were supposed to hire an employee, finish business school. Check. We did that part. And open a new location. Didn't do an employee or finish business school. Or not, sorry. Didn't open a new location. We did fix our pricing, so there's that piece. And we finished part of business school. You have to do another piece of it, but we don't have to do that right now. So now the challenge is going to be just making enough money to be able to hire an employee, to keep our inventory going. So that's kind of where we're at. And we'll continue to grind away, and we'll see what we can get done next episode. But thank you all for joining. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.